Well, you wouldn't think so, but one of the things I'm most proud of was serving as a rifle company commander in combat in Vietnam. And although that was a dangerous thing to do for a young man in his 20s, it had a certain appeal. Maybe it's kind of a macho type thing, but you know, first of all, you go as a second lieutenant. You go to the infantry officer school, and it's instilled in you that, you know, what an infantry officer does is fight. And so the mantra that becomes then to go to the sound of the guns. And since Vietnam was where there were the sounds of the guns, that's where you wanted to be as an infantry officer. And as a young infantry officer, the epitome of position, so to speak, would be to either be a platoon leader if you were a lieutenant, which was where you would be responsible for approximately 40 people and leading them in that combat situation, or a company commander responsible for probably 3 times as many soldiers. Because it wasn't always going after the enemy, but which in that case was the North Vietnamese Army or the Viet Cong, but also looking out for the welfare of your men. So you had to balance the mission and the men in doing so. And so I was proud of the fact that I was able to do that as well as I could, and come back from that situation, even though there were men that were killed. You know, pretty sad about those things happening, but by the same time, I do have the feeling that I did the best I can to balance that and to keep the troops as safe as possible, and yet do what we were supposed to do. You may have seen the latest Medal of Honor winner on television talking about that kind of circumstance in Afghanistan, where they were attacked from all sides, and that there were some of the Taliban or Al-Qaeda fighters, whoever they were, I forget, actually walking through the gate. And he said, that's just not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. And both he and all his comrades did prevent that from happening. And there was loss of life. But I guess, I don't know, that's what soldiers are supposed to do, and that's what we did. You know, interesting, because